Cheryl, when did you find out you were adopted?
I really can't answer that question. I've known that all my life. I just grew up knowing it. I don't know when I was told, and I don't know how long I've known it. It just seems like forever.
So how did you feel when you found out what that meant to be adopted?
Well, I always looked at it as they didn't have to take me. And so that's what I found so wonderful about being adopted, was that these two people chose me. They didn't have to take me. They had an option even after they met me to give me back, and they chose not to. And I just thought that was awesome. I used to write about it in the biographies they made you write about when you were little in school.
What did you write about? What stood out to you?
The fact that I used to write and use those words, that I was chosen. I would start off saying that I was adopted and tell that meant that I was chosen, that they didn't have to take me. They picked me because they wanted me.
Is that how your parents shared that with you?
I'm assuming so, because I can't remember. I've just always known it.
That is a special reaction. I would say that most children may not have that same type of reaction.
Most people I've come in contact with that have been adopted, a lot of them are spending their lives searching for their real parents, and I've never felt the need for that. My husband, Robin, will also tell people that when we got married, I used to tell him that if somebody ever calls here looking for me, you don't, just tell them that I have parents, and, you're sorry, but, that's the way it is. I even told him that when we got married.
How has it affected you through the years, you think, the fact that knowing that you're adopted and what that means? How has that affected you in your relationships?
I don't know. I think, for me, it always just makes me feel special. Like, it's a gift somebody's given you. When somebody wants you and they take you, and I don't want to say because somebody else didn't want you, because you don't know. I don't know what the circumstances are, and I don't care to know, but I do know that the fact that these people made that choice has always made me feel special, and it's something that I treasure to this day. I told my dad the other day, last week, I wrote a Valentine, and I said, "You're awesome," and he sent me an email, 90-year-old email, and he said, "I don't know about being awesome, but I appreciate the Valentine," and I wrote back and said, "No, you are awesome." They are just two very special people. My mom was very special too.
Do you think that the adoption by loving parents and the experience that you had has helped you in your relationship with God?
Well, of course, but part of that is because not only did these two people adopt me and choose me, but they are Christians, and so I don't remember not being in church either. So I grew up in a family where going to church and Sunday school and being in a youth group and going to church camp was always a part of life too. So, they chose me, but then by them choosing me, they chose church for me too. So I've known God all my life as well.
It's a special experience then, huh?
Most definitely.
Tell me anything that you'd like to share just from your own heart. You know that we've been planning this conversation for a long time. Tell me what just comes to your mind as far as we talk about being adopted and how that means as far as embracing grace.
I think when a lot of times in the Bible, I know I've been in classes where they talk about, you being an adopted child of God. Well, it's God chooses you in spite of everything. It doesn't matter what you've done or where you've been, God takes you. And when parents adopt you, they don't know how you're going to grow up. They don't know who you're going to be. So they take you for better or worse. And that's what God does when He chooses us. He takes us for better or for worse. So you get that same special relationship from being a child of God that you do when you're an adopted child in a family, because He's not going to give up on you, and they don't give up on you either.
I don't think I can add anything to that. Let's stop it right here. That was awesome.
Oh, no, that just came out. Sometimes, Steve, when I talk to you, things just come out.
That was